Good afternoon. My name is John Bell, and I'm here with a very special guest, my dad. Thank you for being here. We're very happy that you choose to be a part of this exciting project.
Thank you.
What branch of the military were you in?
I was in the United States Marine Corps
Why did you choose that branch?
because if you're going to go in the military, you might as well go in the best.
When did you serve?
From 1983 to 1987.
Where did you serve?
I served local, so at first I was in Paris Island, and then Camp Lejeune, Camp Geiger, and then Camp Edwards up in Cape Cod.
What was your job in the military?
I was in mortarman, so it was an 81 millimeter mortars, and that was it.
What were some of the reasons that you joined the military?
My main reason for joining the military is I thought it would look good on a resume for a police officer.
What do you remember about the day you went to boot camp?
I remember waking up in the morning. It was around 4 o'clock in the morning, my alarm went off. And I remember sitting up and going, what the hell did I do?
What was boot camp like?
Looking back at it now, well, actually, when I went through it, it was tough. But looking back at it now, I look at boot camp as the best part of the military. Everything was planned out for you, from when you got up in the morning to when you went in bed. When you went to bed, they told you when to brush your teeth, when to go to the bathroom. Everything was just thought out in boot camp. You didn't have to think.
What was the most challenging part of your time in the military?
The boredom. You know, when people say the military's hurry up and wait, they're not joking. It's hurry up and wait. There's a lot of downtime in the military. Not in boot camp, but in the regular fleet, or the Fleet Marine Force as they call it. There's a lot of downtime.
What are you most proud of from your time in the military?
Being able to get through boot camp and getting an honorable discharge 4 years later.
Can you tell me a funny moment from your time in the military?
Yes, I can. My funniest moment, well, I think it was funny, was I was in boot camp. I was dying for a Coke, for a soda. And when you get to what they call it phase 3 of boot camp, you have what's called battalion guard, base guard, where they put you at either a business or a gas station or an intersection, and you have to patrol or just walk around and patrol your area of assignment. So I was assigned to a gas station, and lo and behold, there was a Coke machine on the gas station property. So I did the walk. I walked around once, I put a quarter in. I walked around a second time, put another quarter in. Walked around the third time, pushed the button. Walked around the fourth time, grabbed the Coke, and went behind a dumpster and downed it in 10 seconds and got back on my patrol. That was pretty funny, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you especially missed about civilian life?
Just the choices that you could make on your own without it being made for you while you were there.
How did your service shape you as a person?
You answer that. How do you think it shaped me as a person? I'm your dad.
You're a good dad.
I think it taught me how to be more regimented in life, how to actually prepare for adulthood, basically. Everything was planned out, so I learned how to keep order in my life, and it definitely helped me with becoming a police officer.
Well, that kind of leads into our next question. Did your military service lead to work after you left the military?
Yes, it did. When I was in high school, I had a teacher, a substitute teacher, who had just graduated from a criminal justice program. And all he did was talk about the criminal justice program while he was subbing. And I sat there in class thinking, you know, that sounds like something I could actually want to do in life. So I started looking into it, and one of the things that I knew would help me further my career as a police officer was having a honorable discharge from a military organization, and I figured the Marine Corps would probably be the best one to go into, since they are deemed or seen as one of the best forces to go into. So I enlisted in the Marines, and lo and behold, my first job as a police officer, when they saw that I was in the Marine Corps, that kind of really helped me in my interview.
Do you have any advice for someone considering joining the military?
Think about it seriously, but don't hesitate. If you want to do it, do it. It'll definitely help you in the long run.
Okay, I think that's all the questions.
Is that it?
There's some more. You want me to ask you some more?
Do you have more?
Yeah, I think over here.
No, I think you asked them all.
No, I have more over here. How did you tell your friends and family that you were joining the military?
Well, my dad was in the Marine Corps, so for him it was easy. My mother, your meme, on the other hand, was a little bit more difficult. I did tell her, she didn't think I'd be able to make boot camp, but she tells me now that the only reason why she told me she didn't think I'd be able to make boot camp because she knew it would push me to want to make it through boot camp. So I told them, and the night before we were leaving, they took me out for a good dinner at the Oriental Pearl.
Can you tell me about a specific memorable experience during your service?
Not really. The only really thing that I remember, but I wish I remembered more of it, was we were practicing storming beaches, and we were in Camp Lejeune, and I was stationed on a Navy ship for a week, and to me that was like the best week because all we did was eat and sleep the whole week.
What are some things you remember about adapting to military life?
I don't really. I just remember it's tough. You have to wake. You go from a teenager wanting to sleep till 10:30 in the day to having reveille at 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning every day. So that was probably the toughest part, was the regimental part of it, where you had to get up at a certain time every morning and go to bed at a certain time every night. But that was only in boot camp. When you were stationed in the fleet, that really didn't pertain to you a lot.
How did you imagine military life before you joined, and how did your perceptions change after serving?
Yeah, well, since my dad was in it, I had his, I guess you'd call it his yearbook from when he went through boot camp. And so I knew what to expect. So there really wasn't, it was what I imagined. There was no perception change.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your participation in this project, and thank you for your service to our nation.
Oh, thank you, son.